Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chemistry is Fun. Today we will deal with the topic solubility. Now see, solubility of a substance is its maximum amount that can be dissolved in a specified amount of solvent at a specified temperature. Means maximum how much amount of any solute means any substance which we can dissolve in a solvent, and at that time the temperature has to be specific. This solubility depends upon nature of the solute as well as nature of the solvent. It also depends upon temperature and pressure. Now we can say that any solid if we take and try to dissolve in a given liquid, it is not possible. For example, we know that sodium chloride dissolves easily in water, sugar dissolves easily in water, but if we try to dissolve naphthalene, it will not dissolve in water. But naphthalene will easily dissolve in benzene. Naphthalene can dissolve in benzene very easily, but sodium chloride will not dissolve in benzene. So we can say that polar solutes dissolve in polar solvents and non-polar solutes dissolve in non-polar solvents. So we can say that any solute will dissolve in a solvent if intermolecular interactions are similar. And this we can also state in a way that like dissolves like. So either of the two, we can say that intermolecular interactions are similar, or we can also say that like dissolves like. So these are the two ways of putting it. Now actually what is the phenomena which is going on? Whenever a solid solute is added to a solvent, some of the solute will dissolve, and when the solute dissolves, the concentration will increase in the solution. Concentration increases in the solution. This process is known as dissolution. There is another process which is known as process of crystallization. Now in crystallization process what happens? One thing we have seen that when the solid solute is added to solvent, some solute is dissolving, concentration is increasing. But at the same time one more process takes place. Some of the solute particles in the solution collide with the solid solute. When they do so, they get separated out of the solution. This is process of crystallization. This is the process of crystallization. Now there comes a stage when these two processes will be occurring at the same rate. So when the two processes take place at the same rate, the number of solute particles which enter into solution will be the same as the number of solute particles which are separating out from the solution. So this is a dynamic process going on, and there will be a dynamic equilibrium. So we know that with solute plus solvent, it gives a solution. But in case of dynamic equilibrium, the concentration of the solute in solution will remain constant. But it will happen till the conditions remain same. That is, it will be so in the given conditions of temperature and pressure. So in this stage, when there is dynamic equilibrium, the concentration of solute in the solution will remain constant, provided temperature and pressure are also same. Means that will be the given condition. Same thing happens when gases are dissolved in liquid solvents. Now let us see a new term, saturated solution. Now see, when solute is dissolving, we get the solution, but we have a solution in which no more of the solute can be dissolved at the same temperature and pressure. If we are not changing the temperature and pressure, at that condition, when no more solute gets dissolved, we call it as a saturated solution. And on the contrary, unsaturated solution is one in which more of the solute can be dissolved at that temperature only, at the same temperature. Then it is unsaturated solution. Now the solution, if it is in dynamic equilibrium with undissolved solute, now that is saturated solution. In that, see, the solute is no more dissolving. It contains maximum amount of solute which is dissolved at that amount of solvent. So the solution which is in dynamic equilibrium with undissolved solute is the saturated solution, and it contains the maximum amount of solute dissolved in a given amount of solvent. So the concentration of solute in such a solution will be called its solubility. So we have seen that the solubility of one substance in another will depend on nature of substances. In addition to this, there are other two things, temperature and pressure. They also control this phenomena. So I hope students you could understand this topic which I discussed today. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to the channel and share the video. Thank you.